Hello everyone. So today we are going to see the next topic, that is cleanse asset, and I will show you step by step how you can configure this asset, and I will, with an example, I will show you how you can use this asset as transformation in the mapping. So I'll create a mapping for that, and I will show you step by step how you can clean your data using this asset. Right. So I will close this for now. We'll start everything from the scratch, so you will have a clear idea. And I have this data set that we are going to clean it. So you can see that we have first name column, last name, email, phone number, system, source system, and then we have the state name. So in the first name we have what are the problems that you can see. It's not in the proper case, means some letters are small case, some are in the upper case. It's not in the proper case, so we will standardize this data and we will remove all the leading and trailing spaces. As you can see, in the second row there are some leading and trailing spaces, and in the third row you can see that we have numerical values as well. So you get this requirement from the business side, and you have to remove all this redundant data and you have to standardize it by converting to the proper case, right? In the last name, same thing we need to do. And in the email address, you can see that in the row number 6 that we have two @ signs. So we need to configure a dictionary for that. That will have a lookup table, and that the dictionary will be acting as a reference table in which we will see for two @ we are going to replace it with one @ sign. There can be more special characters in this column only. So you want to replace all those values with some standard values. For that you can create a dictionary. In the phone number, if you come, you can see that we have irregular spaces, and we have some number starts with +91, some starts with space, some starts with 0. So we need to standardize this as well. So from the business side you get this requirement that remove all those spaces and add +91, and if there is some 0, remove that 0 with +91. So for that we can create a dictionary as well. So no, dictionary won't work here because it will look for 0 anywhere in the data set. It will remove this 0 as well. So we will see how you can do that. In the source system you have no problem. In the state column you can see that you have for Karnataka 3 different words. So you want to remove all these with values with DEL only, or New Delhi maybe. So you will see that step by step. So you understand what are the problems that our data set is having. And to clean that data set we have this dictionary based cleansing. We will see this in the practical. So in the dictionary based cleansing you have this dictionary which acts as the reference table to replace the values using the dictionary. Rule based, rule or pattern based. So you see this, we create a rule, like wherever you see something remove it. So that is a rule based cleansing. Or you can say that convert this first name column into proper case, like if first letter start with small a and then the next letter is capital, so small and capital letters are mixed, that you need to change it with the proper case. First letter should be capital and rest all should be smaller case. Okay, here I have highlighted this topic, this thing, right? If the email address has a proper structure or not, like in the first you have some strings, maybe some numerical values or some characters are also allowed. And then you have at the rate sign, then some domain name, then first domain name dot, then dot should be there, then first domain name should be there. So you need to validate this proper structure. For that you need to configure, you need to have this rule specification asset. You cannot do that inside the cleanse asset. Inside the cleanse asset you can do the basic cleaning operations like removing the leading and trailing spaces or removing redundant spaces that is between, and that is in your data set. Say for example, in your data set you have a column named description. Inside that description column you have a sentence and there may be some irregular spaces are there. So for example, if you have gone to any e-commerce website, there you see that in the review section you have this people giving the reviews. So they might have given some redundant spaces like this product is very good and dot full stop. After that they have given 3-4 spaces, that is redundant, that you do not want it. So you can remove all those spaces using replace values, right? So we'll see that one by one, each and everything. Let's move on to our computer screen, then once I'll show you, you can refer this document. Okay, so let's go into our Informatica account. Here it is logged in, all the services are up and running. You can see here desktop, see this thing up and running. It should be up and running, or at least you should have data integration services up and running. So go to new, go to cleanse asset, and here we are in the cleanse asset. So in the definition part, so we have 3 different parts of the asset, cleanse asset, right? We have the definition part, then we have the configuration part, then we have the merge. In the definition part you set the basic definitions like name of your asset, basic description and dimension. In the dimensions, you know, we have 6 different dimensions. So dictionary is basically used to make our data consistent, right? For the first name column the data should be consistent. For the email address the data should be consistent. For the phone number, as we have seen, we have +9 in the beginning of the number, 0 or nothing was there, only 10-digit numbers are there. So we want to make sure that our data is consistent. For that we need to choose this dimension, consistent. Even if you do not choose, nothing will happen, there will be no problem, but it's better to choose the dimension because it helps you in the scorecard creation. For scorecard creation you need to choose this definition. Okay, so in the configuration part, this is the main engine of the deduplication logic. So here we are going to perform all the logics behind applying all those rules behind. Wait a second, I'll show you. So here in the top you can see that we have instance, then we have step sequence, step properties. So in the instance, say for example you have 5 columns, so you want to have a separate cleaning step for every column, right? Every column might have different problems. For the first name, last name columns you might have different problems. For the phone number you might have different validation rules. So for that, for every column we create an instance. So instance, there is by default we have given one instance, so we are going to configure it. So let's rename this instance, and this is going to standardize the name. Okay, and this instance is going to standardize the name column. Now go into our data set. You can see that if you remove the leading and trailing spaces first, and then you are going to apply the rule. Say for example, come to this data. Here that problem is not there. But let's say if you are converting the first name to first name, this column, first step you are going to create is to make sure that it is in the proper case. Might be, if suppose here suppose if 9 was there and you are converting it to the proper case, what will happen? First, if in the first step it will convert it as 9s only, because 9, this is not going to work for this value, right? Because 9 is not an alphabetical value, so it will convert it as 9, and if it is small case, then 9 small s will be there. And after converting it to the proper case, if you are removing the values or numerical values, then 9 will be gone, so you will have small s, right? So you will have this in the second row, you will have this first value as small s. That creates problems, so you need to apply these steps in the sequence. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to remove the redundant spaces, leading spaces, trailing spaces, and the multiple spaces in between the data. Choose this, it will remove the first and beginning and last step. This multiple spaces, this makes sure that if there are multiple spaces in between the words, it is going to remove all those spaces with one space. So you will have one space. Keep this in mind. Save this, and we are going to test it. Let's give some input. Informatica is awesome. Then give some space. 1, 2. Then come down to the second row, give some space, give India, then choose the runtime environment and test it. So these leading spaces should be removed, and these all the spaces should be removed with one space. So if it is working, it should be there in the output. Let's see. Yes, it's working perfectly fine. All the spaces are removed, and this space is only one space is there, right? You can see that. Awesome. So let's create the next step. What is the problem that our data is having? So we have removed all the redundant spaces. So once we run this on this data set, this s will come down to the first place. Then we want to remove all those numerical values, right? So we want to remove values. So you have two different options. You can create a custom string for that, or you can have a dictionary which it will use at lookup table, and it will remove all those values. So for string, it's simple. You can type anything like 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever your number you want to just remove, just give it here, and it will replace all those values in the data set. So this is fairly simple. I'm not going to explain this. You can do it. Just give the numbers here and it will work. Okay. So we are going to configure it using the dictionary values. So I have already created a dictionary, but I'll show you the dictionary, how it looks. This. It will remove the numerical values as well as special characters. Let's select this. Okay. Open this dictionary. As you can see, we have in the first column, we have all those digits 0 to 9, and then we have all the special characters. It has all the special characters, and in the column 2, nothing is there. So we want to remove these values, column 1 values with the column 2 values. So wherever it come across 0, 1, 2 or any numerical value, it will replace it with the column 2, that is nothing. Means it is going to replaced with nothing. So nothing will be in the output, right? See, for these braces there is nothing, so you will get nothing in the output. So let's configure this. So valid column is column 2, because in the column number 1 we have given the invalid values, all those numerical and special characters. If you want to make it case sensitive, it will act as case sensitive, but let but case sensitive does not matter here because we are replacing all those numerical and special characters. That's not alphabetical characters, right? So it will work fine. So let's check. This 1 2 should be removed, and let's give some special character as well. So this should be India. Then let's give another country, or maybe Karnataka, maybe Delhi, maybe some leading spaces. Okay, we will test this on this data set. It will replace all those values, special characters and everything with the column 2 values. So output should be fine. Let's see. Yes, it's working perfectly fine. Now here if you see, you have one space. Why? Because it will see the sequence. First we have removed the spaces. It means that we have only one space. Now it is not going to remove any leading and trailing spaces, right? So now it is just going to remove the values. So these values are removed. So if you want to, let's give it a try. Change the sequence. It should work. No. Okay. So let's create the third step. So what's in the third step? Let's change it to yes, it's working fine. Okay, let's step number 3. We want to convert it to the proper case. So it's pretty simple. Come here, title case. So you have different types of upper, lower, toggle, sequence case, all these cases. We want to convert it to the title case. Delimiter is space, right? So give this India with small I, give this Karnataka. Let's give it a try. Yes, everything is in the proper format. So for first name we have created the instance. Now we are going to move on to the second column. For the last time, for email address, we want to standardize this. We want to remove this 2 at the rate sign with the 1 at the rate sign. Okay. So now we are going to create one more instance for the email address. So in the email address, we have this 2 at the rate signs. So from the business side, we got this requirement that remove all those multiple at the rate signs with 1 at the rate sign. Okay, let's do this. Create one more instance. This is for email validation, email cleans, and we want to replace standardize okay, add one more input email field. We want to pass here create step. We want to, so we have 4 different steps, but we want to replace our 2 at the rate signs with 1 at the rate sign, right? So this is what we are going to do. So replace custom string with a new value. Replace input values with dictionary values. So I have created one dictionary for that as well. I'll show you 2 options. Wait. So if you go here in this, we have created in the column 2, column 3, wherever. If you want to replace more values with 1 at the rate sign, you can apply all those things. So let's keep it in the column number 3. So it will remove all these invalid columns with just, I'm going to make column number 3 as a valid column. From here, valid column is column number 3, right? And scope is anywhere, new data value. Okay, so in that, what was happening, you had to give this valid value here in the last. I'll show you that. Let's save it. Valid column is column number 3. Run it. 2 at the rate sign should be removed with the, replaced with the 1 at the rate sign. Yes, it's working perfectly fine. So what I did in the, so this option I have chosen. So if you choose this, select the dictionary, but just you need to give the new data value. For all those values, it will, you need to give the value here, and it is going to remove all those invalid values with just one value, this value, and it will treat all the different values from the dictionary as invalid values. Replace custom string values. You can create, let's give it a try, this one, new 1 at the rate sign here. Let's give it 2 at the rate signs, right? Let's save this. Let's see. Saved successfully. Now it's running. 2 at the rate sign should be replaced with 1 at the rate sign. Yes, again it's working. So these are the different ways you can configure the same thing. They are nothing. We have clean 3 Now we want to, for this phone number we do not do any validation, just we want to replace all those values, extra redundant spaces, and we want to replace this hyphens as well, leave the plus sign. So two things we need to do: remove extra spaces and hyphen. Let's configure that. For that we need to create one more phone validation, phone standardization. Phone number. Okay. What we want to choose the first step, we want to remove all those values, remove spaces. Let's go with this first. It is going to remove all the spaces. Then in the second sequence we want to remove the hyphen values with nothing. Remove values, we want to remove the hyphen values. That's all. That is all we need to do. Now test the data. I'll copy this whole column. Let's come. Okay. Let's add some extra spaces, some more spaces. Give it a try. So you can see this dash will be removed, and redundant spaces will be removed as well. All the dashes are removed and one standard space. Okay, it's working fine. So we want to standardize the state column as well. So for that we want to create one dictionary. First I'll copy this state values, I'll create one dictionary. Let me check if I have. Create one more instance, state standardize, standard input field state column. Add one step. What we want to do, we want to replace values, write all those values with the standard dictionary values. So replace input values with dictionary values. Do we have state dictionary? Country name we have. We do not have a state. Okay, we'll create one. State standardizer. We can add more state names there. We want K. Okay, save it. Sorry. So come here. Let's select our state dictionary. Go to our profiling tasks and state standardizer. All those values are there already. So once we run this instance on our dataset, it will clean all this data with this valid values. So valid column is column 2, right? B. Extra spaces, we can remove that as well. If you want to remove redundant spaces, you can add one more step. You know that, the remove spaces. Okay, I'm not going to do that because it is not in our data set. So according to your data, you need to apply the steps. If it is working fine, it means that we have created all the required cleaning instances. All we need to do is to go into the mapping and apply these. Yes, it's working fine. It's not a problem. So we have created 4 columns. Now let's go to the data integration services. And let's run this asset on the data set itself. Let's see if it's working. Create mapping, create one mapping, source, go to source, select the connection. It is in the Oracle source. Data name is in the HR schema, it is there. Contacts row, this is our table name. See. This is our table. If you run this command, you get this data set, right? So this is what we are going to clean. So that's all. Go to cleanse. These are all the transformations. Whatever we create there in the data quality services, that all are the assets. But once you come down here in the data integration services, here all those assets are called transformations because they are doing the data transformation, right? So incoming field, first we need to select the asset that we have created. What is the asset name? In the definition, cleanse 5. Okay, let's select cleanse 5. We should have given it a better name, but no problem. These are all the incoming column fields. Then go to the field mapping, and here let's map the field. Email address, phone number, then state. So these all fields are replaced with these fields, means name column will be replaced with, this is the column that is coming from this cleanse asset, and this is our mapped field. These are all the output fields. It adds one cleansed, means underscore then cleansed. Go to the target, then in the target go to the core schema, contacts TGT. Okay, so I have already created the schema. You can see that this is a schema. We have first name, last name, and then we have email, phone, source system, and state name. So we are just going to map it. That's all. Incoming fields. These are all the fields coming from the cleanse. These are all the fields that are coming from the source. So we want to map all the fields that are coming from cleanse. Oracle target. Object is tgt underscore contacts, right? Let's search it. Go to core. Core schema contacts underscore tgt. Okay, contacts under contacts. Let's search it. His spelling is correct. Contacts complete. It's in the core schema. What's the problem? Okay, that was a different connection. Okay, it happens. Target, there is nothing, but you choose truncate target. It will always remove all the values that is already present in the target table. Then it is going to load the data. Target fields. Then do the field mapping. Name cleansed, first name. Then email cleansed, email address. Then state cleansed, state. Source, no need to clean anything. Then phone number, phone cleansed, right? So in the last name we want to map it with the first name only, because we will see this. The wrong means the standardized value and the non-standard. So in the first name we will have in the last name, do one thing, just drag and drop the first name. So first name will be in the last name and the cleansed will be in the first name. So let's save it and give it a try. You can see that we do not have anything in the target. Run the whole command. Target table is empty. Now we are going to load the data. Select the runtime environment. Go to my jobs. What What's the problem? Runtime environment is, let's stop it. Let's restart it. It happens, it's a runtime environment. You need to check it. If it can't establish the connection, the job will fail. So this service, file integration service, at least be up and running. To move the data, to create the mapping, this service must be up and running. So this is what the error is showing. It could not establish the connection, right? So let's check it. It takes some time. It takes a while. You have to wait. You have no option. Maybe I'll cut this portion of the video, or you can just fast forward this. Let's check one more time, one last time. No. Okay. We will restart this SQL agent. So this class is a bit longer, but you have a fair idea about the cleanse asset. So once it's up and running, I will show you. It's running on my desktop, no worries. So by the time it is getting up, you will see the document quickly. So we do not have register expressions, right? Then these are all the screenshots I have attached, so you can go through. Okay, it's creating problems. This is the definition part. You need to give the name here, then description here, location you need to select. If you click this, consistency. Consistency, consistent data is consistent. Then these are the 4 different types of steps we need to select based on our requirement and what we want to achieve. Accordingly, we need to select the step. So once you practice it 2-3 times, you'll get a hang of it, how it works. It's pretty simple. So go through it 2-3 times, you will have this idea in the cleanse asset. So we have 4 different types of instances: convert case, remove values, remove spaces, and replace values. So this is convert case is just to convert the uppercase, lowercase, and proper case. This is the main task. Remove values, it will have a reference table, or you create it while configuring the instance, and accordingly it will remove all those values. And then we have remove spaces, leading trailing spaces, in between spaces, that will be removed, and replace values. You need to, if you want to replace some values with some other values, like we have standardized the state name with the KA and DL, so that thing. So I think now my secure agent is up and running. Yes, it's okay. We will run the task once again and see. Let's run it. Data integration server is getting up. All the required services are up and running. Now it should work. Yes, it's fine. Let's see what problem it is saying. Select the runtime environment, then click on run. Go to my jobs. Let's see this time. Yes, now this is success. So go into the mapping. You see success rows, 6 rows we have. So now if I refresh this, we will have a data set. All is in the proper case, right? All the numerical values are removed. See, this was our dirty data. Some numerical values, leading trailing spaces, improper casing. So that is why I have mapped it to the last name. Now 2 @ are also removed. Phone number is also standardized, and state name is also standardized. So this is how we use the cleanse asset in the mapping. Let's go into our document. So I have explained everything. I'll share this document if you want, so you have a fair idea about. To sum it up, cleanse asset is used to standardize the data, remove the redundant spaces, or replace the values with some other values that we have. For that we create reference table, and what else do we have? These are all the things that is going to be done using the cleanse asset. So thank you for the today class, and in the next class we are going to see some more assets. Thank you.